Hey there LT gamers, are you ready to dive back into the chaos? Because today we're taking a fresh look at Death Must Die, the game that's seen a huge surge in popularity in recent times. Released towards the end of last year in early access, Death Must Die has been on a wild ride of updates and improvements ever since. It's a roguelike hack and slash survivor game, so it is right up my alley, and I gave a big thumbs up to it at the end of last year when I reviewed it. I've been hooked ever since. It has fun and addictive gameplay, and it's a thrilling experience, although not entirely groundbreaking in the genre, much as I said in the review. But what has got everyone talking recently, and why is it surging in popularity? Thanks to some recent updates, the game has hit new heights of excitement. We're talking about a jump from a player base of 800 to 1,000 a day to over 15,000 peaking earlier this week. And why is that? Well, the launch of the second act, a talent tree system, a new hero, a new god, just to name a few reasons, and this has players flocking in droves. So grab your weapons and get ready to join the fray, and we're about to explore what makes Death Must Die one of my gaming obsessions this year. Before we dive deeper into the latest updates, let's take a quick trip down memory lane to revisit our initial review of Death Must Die. Back then, I was absolutely loving what the game had to offer. With a bunch of cool, synergistic mechanics and a pretty fun storyline too, Death Must Die had me hooked from the get-go. And the gameplay was an absolute blast, which is what you want in a roguelite, and it offered a satisfying mix of action and strategy. However, I couldn't help but notice that the game was borrowing heavily from other roguelites, such as Hades, and while it didn't detract too much from the experience, it was worth mentioning. However, I did note that they were trying to do something different. I could just see in the beginning they were lending quite a bit from these other franchises. Overall though, I was thoroughly impressed, especially considering the game's wallet-friendly price point of around $10. It's a steal for the amount of content and enjoyment it gave. But with the game's recent surge in popularity and a slew of new updates on the horizon, let's see how Death Must Die has evolved since then. Now let's talk about the exciting changes and updates that breathe new life into Death Must Die since our last review. So we have a giant new update drop that has shaken things up in the best way possible. First up, say hello to the Endless Desert, a brand new act packed with adventure, danger, and of course epic loot. Explore new locations and shrines, face off against powerful and very difficult bosses, and immerse yourself in a thematic soundtrack. This whole thing gives me Diablo 2 vibes. I forget which act you're set in the desert, but it feels exactly like that. And I feel this whole game has been drawing a lot of inspiration from games such as Diablo 2. There's more. We have a new god, Nin, who is the goddess of Earth. I don't know if I'm saying her name correctly, but she has unique powers and abilities to bring to the battlefield. I really like her style, particularly her strike, for example. You can really almost one-shot characters with if you build it up enough. It makes you feel like you are hitting like a juggernaut. And then my new favourite hero, Lorien the Ranger, armed with precision and a bow, a keen eye for survival. He has a really fresh dynamic and has for me, quite a different playstyle to the other characters so far. And that's a great thing with this game, each of the characters has quite a distinct playstyle. And then the big update for me is the personalised talent trees. Over 30 different talents for each hero, so you can really customize your playstyle like never before. Whether you're going to go with a luck build, brute strength, some sort of tactics on your powers or your strike abilities, there is a lot of depth here and I really enjoy and connect with it. And then last but not least, you have now tier 2 items. So dozens of new unique items to discover, powerful weapons, game-changing artifacts. The loot pool has never been more enticing. So with all these incredible updates and additions, it's no wonder players are flocking to this game right now. Death Must Die has transformed into a thrilling and immersive experience that is very unique now. It feels like its own game, and this is my biggest takeaway from this update. So what are my final thoughts on Death Must Die and the latest updates? I'm left with nothing but excitement and admiration for this stellar roguelike game. Seriously guys, it is $7, I just checked there. You really get your money with this one and then some. And it's early access. I know some people hate that, but that means it's going to continue to unleash new content and get better and better in my opinion. What sets Death Must Die apart from the crowd is its unparalleled flexibility. So you have your character first of all, now you have your talents that you can tailor to your playstyle. You can choose what gods you want for your build, and you then have the overlay of unique items in a Diablo style manner, and the possibilities here become endless. So the diversity of this approach is what roguelites are all about, and it's so addictively fun. Don't take my word for it, go check out the Steam reviews. It's around 93% positive, so that means it'll probably be overwhelmingly positive in the near future. Have you played the game? Let me know. If so, are you enjoying it? What's your favourite aspect? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Let me know what you think. So if you haven't picked up Death Must Die, you like roguelites and you like a game to sink some addictive hours into, this is definitely a must buy from us. Until next time guys, I'll see you then. Bye bye.